guys, All Cars and Bikes here, and today we have another Kia with us, so let's get right into this video. This time we are driving also a car from the Ceed family, but this time it's an XCeed, except we have already had a Pro Ceed here, but this one is paired with a different engine and is in a different line. Now we have the GT-Line version, which is a GT but without the GT engine. You've seen the car, it's in a beautiful yellow greenish color. I must say I love the color. When you look inside, the interior is classy but sporty at the same time. We've had most of these features already in the Kia Pro Ceed GT, so we'll get right to the drive and we'll talk about the car while driving. So we're starting the car again with the press of a single button. Safety first, already buckled up my my belt and we are ready to roll. Also D mode, parking brake is automatic yet again, which means that we don't have to do anything and we can just press off the brake and we're going. So that's easy, nice, and I like it very much. The weather seems quite perfect to drive cars. We're gonna keep it at 22 so that the AC runs as slow as possible. At the same time, it's only 17 degrees outside. And let's talk about the XCeed, which is basically a Ceed that's been heightened by 3 or 4 centimeters. Also depends on wheels that you get for the car. This is the GT line, which means it has the 18-inch tires, which makes the car as high as possible. This one is paired with the 1.5 T-GDI engine, which is what we talked about before with the Pro Ceed. It has 118 kilowatts or 160 horsepower, paired again with the same dual clutch transmission, 7-speed automatic DCT. It is a very good transmission for this. I'm dying to try it in manual, and I hope I'll get the chance sooner or later. The XCeed is very comfortable to drive. We are not going to talk about any of the details in the interior because it is identical to the Pro Ceed. If you can see, same dashboard, same navigation, same climate controls, your blind spot detector, lane assist, everything is as it is, even the paddle shifters, just everything is the same, which means we're going to talk about how the car feels while driving. Also turn off lane assist, which is what I forgot to do. The consumption here gets much better. You can get around 5 liters in this car. Of course, the height doesn't add up to it because the aerodynamics are not as good as the classic Ceed. Either the long or the short one doesn't really matter, both are almost identical in consumption. But the XCeed being a bit higher, on the highway you're going to average a bit more than you would with your classical Ceed car. The XCeed, I find it to be a very good looking car, and it gets the job done quite as well as it looks. So 10 out of 10 easily. Oh, that's an i20N. Oh my lord, that's an i20N. Oh my lord, that's an i20N. I want the i20N. I really do want the i20N. I want to try it out. Anyway, back to the XCeed because this is an even better car than the i20N. It gets the job done because XCeed is mainly focused on the older clientele, which means 60 plus, I'd say 60 years of age and more. Considering it is as high as possible, getting in the car is very easy, but at the same time the price range is still around 650 or 700,000 crowns, which is about 30,000 euros, which makes it very affordable for the masses and for many people and older couples, I'd say, and older people added that as well. You are sitting very high, so you get in and out very comfortably. The engine pulls very nicely, and at the same time it is smooth, the 1.5 T-GDI, and the dual clutch works very well. For me personally, as I do feel safe and comfortable in the car, it was hard for me to find the comfortable position to sit in. When I jump into the Pro Ceed or the classical Ceed, I don't have such issues to find a perfect position of the steering wheel and of the seat. I had to adjust it for quite a few minutes to be able to reach the perfect position for myself. That doesn't happen very often because I'm your stereotypical 75 kilos, 178 centimeters dude, and well, I was thinking that it would be easier for me to manage around here. But what helps is that the interior and the infotainment and the dashboard is completely the same as the Pro Seat or the seat that I drive regularly, which means that without any issues, I already know what to touch and what to set up and what to press, and everything just worked out perfectly. More on that later. We are now approaching our 0 to 100 spot number 1, slightly uphill, so it's going to be a bit slower, but let's slow down at the 50 mark again. Well, end of 50 mark. So triangle. There's a car coming behind us again. So far, I think the last few videos have had a car coming behind us on this first road. So, start-stop system off. Sport mode pops up on your display right there and is going to be shown here as sport. Car is overtaking us now. So triangle off, and again there is no launch control here. So all you have to do is let off the brake and just press the throttle. So I hope you can see the speedometer better than you could have in the Pro Seat video. And 3, 2, 1. All right. That was good. The 0 to 100 also slightly uphill. The car is bigger than the basic Pro Seat. Yes, it is going to be slower than your regular seat, definitely. But again, that's not the purpose of this car. The purpose of this car is to feel comfortable while driving, to be above things, to be elevated, and not to feel many road hazards, I'd say. So any bumps, any potholes, they don't go unnoticed, definitely. It's still only a 30,000 euro car, new, but they definitely do feel much better than they would in your basic Fabia or even a Scala. I'm sensing a disturbance in the force from the Dacia and the, is that the Meriva in front of us, the Opel, or Vauxhall for British viewers. I think they're gonna go our way, so we're just gonna have to slow down for a slight bit because we're not gonna have enough power to overtake them at the end of the straight. So we're just gonna slow down here. I'm gonna stop the video for a bit. Right, but there's no car behind us, so we can go a bit slower. Put it into second gear and get ready for speeding up at the end of the straight. I'm not gonna go as fast with this car, considering the height and the fact that it's not going to do as well in turns. I might be surprised. We're gonna try and push it to as fast as I think it can go, and chance to overtake the car here. Beautiful. Yeah, I know, blinkers. All right, honestly, that was amazing, actually. I did try to push the limits a bit on the car. I did not go over my limits, definitely not, but wow, this was very good, to be honest. It felt stable in corners, definitely it did. But at the same time, when I added power, there was a slight notch to the back from my body. The G-forces were trying to pull me back. Of course, it was not enough. But for a 1.5 engine, it was really good. Wow. Well, I'm impressed with this car so far. So traction control off, and our usual Alright, so apparently this slides better than the Pro seat. What? What? How do you do that? That was kind of fun. I'm speechless, to be honest. The Spirited Drive was very good. It was it felt very nice. It felt, the car didn't make me feel as I thought it would make me feel. I thought it would be a bit jumpy, not stable, but the reality is completely different. The car made me feel at one with the ground. Of course, I was not reaching groundbreaking speeds. I was only going 130 throughout the turns, or 120. So it's not like I would be going a GT3 Cup car. But for a road car, the grip and the stability that it has, wow, this was very good. Well, XCeed, you are making me happy. I do not like cars like this, you know that. I don't like SUVs, I don't like crossovers. They are not my cup of tea cars, basically. They are cars by me considered they're for older people who like to enjoy their comfort while driving. Maybe for young families with one kid who prefer to have a bit more comfort in their life, but not me. I do prefer to have a bit more fun in my life. And when I first sat into this car today, I was not expecting much. I was like, all right, well, if I have to have it for today, sure. It's a new car, thank you very much, by the way. But this blew my mind completely. I was not expecting it to be this agile and just stable at the same time through the corners. So Kia, wow, just wow with one word. And yet again, thank you Autobahn Group for lending me this car, for having me drive this car. So again, 0 to 100, no car behind us, blinkers off, and 3, 2, 1. Alright, I think that was a better time, definitely, than it was before. Alright, I did not expect this. Let's try if it slides. It's probably going to. Yep, it does slide. Anyway, back into classic mode, normal. Let's have the DCT work its way up to 110-15, because that's the cruising speed you want to be doing in this car on the highway to avoid high consumption. And now, the things that I love about this car on the highway. If you press this button... Oh, wait, no. Haha, my bad. Lane assist has to be active. And traction control on. Alright. Now, we have enabled the adaptive cruise control, which is going to keep your speed according to the car in front of you. You can change the distance here. It's going to show you on the screen. I'm going to keep it in distance 1 because, well, it just works. Let's put it up to 110. And now, mind-blowing, if I press this button, autopilot. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the only thing I have to do is sometimes steer the steering wheel slightly. It's going to tell me, oh, please hold the steering wheel. In just a few seconds, you're going to notice that, see, it says, please hold the steering wheel, in English, of course. And if I do this, message goes off. I'm free to do as I will. Of course, my mind is still on the road, and I'm still trying to predict what is going to happen. Woo! But at the same time, I know that this car, I do have to trust the car, of course. Please do not let it do it completely for you. Always have your feet ready at the brake or the accelerator pedal and your hands on the steering wheel at all times, please. I am a professional. These are paid actors, all of these people. So we're gonna turn it off now, the cruise control and the lane assist, because, yeah. On itself, it's not good, but in the combination with the adaptive cruise control, yay, it's a big yay. And I think that this is the way that it should be done, Kia. So again, thumbs up for even what you have done here. Okay, if we do this early enough, we did. That's good, and let's go. Oh, come on. Please no police here. Muy bueno. And can we do 2? No, I was too close, but no. I don't trust Czech drivers as much as I do trust German drivers or Austrian drivers. Again, these are all paid professionals, so they would not go into my way while doing these speeds. But this car would be able to reach 200, but don't. It didn't feel as stable as I thought it would. It didn't feel as stable in the corners as in the corners. So that's no. Top high speed, no, that's a no. All right, just don't do it. It's not going to be worth anything. Well, XCeed, you have been quite amazing for today's drive. Thank you very much for being such a great car. Comfortable, agile, stable. But that means it's time for the ultimate all cars and bikes rating of this car. And well, let's give it an 88 for this car. No, 90. 90 out of 100. It does everything perfectly except one thing. One thing that I do not like about this car, and that's the top high-speed stability. Of course, as I said before, it's not meant for that, but it didn't start at 190, the instability. It started at 150 going down the hill. I already could feel that the car didn't feel stable on the roads, and there were some slight issues, probably not with the tires, not with the grip, but the car itself felt wavy. And usually on the highway I go around 120, 130, so it's not a big issue for me, but 1 or 2 overtakes next to a semi and your stability is completely gone. They're gonna blow you away, the semi, and then 150, and it feels all wavy, and I don't know, that needs settling, in my opinion. Well, it doesn't, because the car is not meant for that. Of course, you could argue that it's still a seat car. Yes, it is, but Kamiq is a higher Fabia, basically, and Fabia is good at higher speeds. 150, 160 is still good. As I said, 180, not so much. So definitely, I don't know, if you are wanting to buy this car for your family, for the comfort and for the space it offers, because there's a lot of space in cabin, front and back, even the trunk is very big, go get it. Definitely get it with a 1.5 T-GDI engine. I'd say manual. You can go automatic if you prefer it, doesn't really matter. Both of these transmissions are flawless and they work great. Maybe the automatic, again, not for it. 0 to 100, too much over RPMing the engine, but that's just an issue that I had, probably. So yeah, 90 out of 100, and great job otherwise, Kia. Great job. This car has been, well, I do like it. Subjectively, I like it. I would get it, but I would have to have it with the 1.6 engine, which you can, by the way. And if there's ever a slight chance of me being able to test the XCeed, this car with the 1.6 T-GDI, oh my lord, I'm gonna grab it as fast as I can, because I think that when it's a bit lowered and with the engine, it's going to do such great things. Well, everyone, thank you again for being here with me. Over the last few days, we've gained tens of subscribers. We are now at 171. So in 3 days, yes, 3 days since the release of the Pro C GT, which by the way has been my most successful video released so far, not all time, but over the first 3 days, it's been the most successful video released. I think we've reached 1,000 views in just 3 days, which is amazing. Thank you very much. And let's keep this up. Oh my lord, a person. Let's keep this up. Let's have more fun. Let's get more cars. I'm still in talks with people and with dealerships to try and let me test their cars for promotion. We'll see where that's going to go. Anyway, we're gonna try and go to our usual spot because it seems that it's cleared out a bit. Yes, there are some spots on the disabled. We're just gonna park there for a few seconds just to try 2 more things before we end the video. Number 1, parking camera. Put it into R. The camera, again, great resolution, HD, back sensors as well, so you know everything that's happening in this car. And here we are, parked up. Put it into P, parking brake, and oh my lord, I would love to try the horn test, but the woman would think I'm horning at her, so honking, fuck, that's even worse. And listen, that's pretty good. No, that's really good. Well, everyone, thank you for watching this video. Very excited for what happens next, and let's do it all together. Thank you and goodbye.